Hi, everyone. My name is Franco and Tyrion. This is Shannon and Tyrion, and we are your friendly neighborhood travel advisors. Welcome to episode 21 of Dorian Destinations Podcast. We're not only travel advisors, but we are also your friendly neighborhood travel advisors.
Mine was so much more fun.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Well, we have a pretty good show for you today. We have our typical travel news, fact or fiction, and tips, but we are also going to talk about the top 10 nude beaches in the United States. Do you like that? Okay. And our hot debate for today is all-inclusive resorts or independent travel. What is the benefits?
I like that topic.
Yeah, that's a good one. So let's get started with our travel news and fact or fiction. You wanna?
I'll start it
Yeah.
because I've done so much research, particularly about this country, because our daughter really wants to go, and this is about South Korea, and it's about Jeju Island, and they call it the Hawaii of South Korea. And Jeju Island is west off of South Korea, and they have ferries that are a couple hours from Busan that you can go to Jeju Island. It's stunning. It is a natural park. I'm dying to get there. And they're having issues because tourists are now misbehaving, which is so sad. And so now there's new guidelines that is about etiquette reminders, no littering, respecting the sacred sites, avoiding damaging natural areas, and respecting local culture, which is so sad that they even have to have this conversation. Because it is because of the volcanic landscape, that's why it's called the Hawaii of Korea. South Korea has been seeing record tourism growth in 2025, so managing over tourism is a major concern.
See, here we go back with that word over tourism, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This is where, okay, I love people in an individual basis, but as a collective, honestly, like I just feel like, why is this conversation, like you said, necessary?
This is,
like,
it's sad that we have to have this conversation.
yeah, and I'm happy that people are traveling, but honestly, this over tourism is just like, I feel like it's having more harm than good, right? Especially in these like places that they have like, ancient relics and things of that nature. It's like the more people that go there, the percentage of idiots that increase, right? So the more people that go, so does the increase of idiots that also go. And I just feel like, well, yes.
Maybe they need to travel to understand the world, right? I mean, if you would ask me, maybe I traveled the world at 18, maybe I did some dumb stuff. I don't remember. Okay. Maybe I did, but maybe going and experiencing and doing all of this, maybe they have to learn.
I think you have a nice point there, but I mean, it's just called simple etiquette and simple respect, right? Like I didn't travel the world. And then when I went to Europe for the first time, I made sure to respect their language, to respect their cultures, to respect their, the ancient things that I came across, because I know the magnitude of that. It's just simple courtesy and simple human, like, civilized way of being. And I just feel like, again, like I said, we had it last episode, 4.5 billion people are traveling. That's like, surpassing pre-pandemic numbers. That's half of the world's population. Let's be honest. A lot of a good chunk of the population in the world just doesn't have that respect. And regardless if they do travel, I just feel like, I don't know. That overpopulation to me is something that it's going to continue being.
Over tourism, you mean, not overpopulation.
Over tourism is going to continue being an issue in these places, especially like, these places that have certain culture, specifics and just things of ancient like relics and things like that. I just feel like, we're going to have to kind of like
put the rules there. Just put them there.
Yeah, right.
Find those tourists.
All right. Well, since we're in South Korea,
okay,
I'm going to do a little fact or fiction. In South Korea, writing someone's name in red ink is considered very unlucky because it implies death or the person is deceased.
So I know the answer, and
how do you know this answer?
Well, I'll know this answer because our daughter for 2.5 years learned Korean on her own. She's obsessed with Korea. Hence why I know so much about Jeju Island, because we're planning on going to South Korea. So I do know this because she had told me, but I didn't know the depths of it until I read it today. And it's pretty crazy. So their idea is if you write in red ink, that you can symbolically erase or curse someone. So that's like, she just said that it was like it's not good, and it's like it was, looked frowned upon, but not like this. This is like another level. What I was even thinking.
My college professors kind of cursed the shit out of me because I had a bunch of red markings in my papers.
My mother never let me write in red.
Was she South Korean?
No, she just said that it just was meant that it just wasn't nice when you're writing a letter to somebody. You shouldn't write in red ink. So I just did it. I just think that's crazy. I mean, she never said something like this, but
it is kind of
there was no like weird juju.
I wonder how they feel about
Look, no weird juju in the Jeju Islands.
All right, so next news story that we have: a medieval castle reopens in Europe. One of Europe's most magnificent medieval castles has reportedly has reopened after a major restoration. The castle dates back centuries, featuring moats, towers, and great halls. It's preserved for tourism and historical education. The castles are amongst one of the top cultural tourism draws to fuel the economy.
I love it. I love visiting castles.
Yeah,
I do. And I've done some like really nice ones, and then really bare ones in Ireland that you're like, this is so weird. People lived here.
Well,
it's like a jail.
Doing the research, it's cool because they opened up this castle. I can't believe I forgot to put where it was, but I did look at the imagery, and it's cool because they're how we did the whole like Van Gogh interactive exhibit where you see his painting.
The lights and everything.
Well, they did that within the castle.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
I love that.
Yeah. So, fact or fiction?
All right, you want to ask you?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I know the answer, but
medieval castles had bathrooms with running water. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
So there are moats, right, around major castles. And so they had vertical shafts or pits that led down into the moats that went around the castle. So one in particular, the Dover Castle in England, used gravity-fed water channels to flush waste. There you go.
That's crazy, right? Well, I've seen those pictures of the toilets on the side. You've seen it, right, on these castles where it's like, it's basically a shaft that goes from wherever the toilet is all the way down to like the bottom.
Outside the.
No, it's in the castle. So it's like you go in a room, but the outside wall of that room, it's extended a little bit.
Interesting.
Right? Because where you poop.
Oh, it goes into
goes into that shaft that goes all the way down. So all that poop goes all the way down.
Okay. What do they use for toilet paper? That's where my head goes.
Yeah.
All right, news number 3. I love this.
No, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Okay, yeah, news number 3. Go.
Silver Seas, which is a luxury cruise line, is introducing new fare structures. So what it's launching is a new fare system aimed at giving travelers more flexibility. Options from door-to-door fares, covering transfer flights and more, or port-to-port. And they customize for independent travelers. And designed to attract younger luxury travelers seeking flexibility while the line's high-end service. So a lot of these luxury cruise lines, I'd like to share, even river cruises, if you book with them, they will help you with your airfare. So some of them will offer you free airfare as long as you cruise with them. Just so you know, a lot of river cruises do offer that. If you don't want their airfare, they will ask you if there's something else that you want. Meaning, we could pick you up from your house, bring you to the airport, from the airport to the river cruise. That's the part of the luxury and those perks that when you do book with these luxury cruise lines, that they offer you. So I love that they're giving more options because that's when you're traveling with these luxury things, you don't want to have to think, oh, how am I going to get to the airport? Oh God, now I got to get off the plane and now I got to get to the river port, which is nowhere near the airport or the ocean, right? If you're flying into Rome, the ocean is 2 hours away from Rome. How do I get there? So these luxury cruise lines are offering all of those amenities. And now Silver Seas is joining the new fare structure.
Yeah, that's great because I think the luxury cruising now, I'm seeing like a trend now that I'm seeing a huge trend going there because I think for multiple reasons, I think people now want to spend a little bit more when they do travel because they do want to, live that, really maximize their dollar. And also too, like they want to stay away again from like
herds,
like, these budget cruise lines where it's, the vibe is a little bit,
so what's
crazy.
Different about these luxury specifically cruises? Yes, they're more money, but that's because there's less people on the vessel. So without naming any names, but
also too, like the amenities,
right? And so to give you a comparison, if you were to look at whether it's a river cruise or now we're talking about there's the yachts, Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, all of them are offering these luxury cruise lines. What does that mean? Well, it's anywhere from 300 to 700 people on the boat. Explora is another one, which happens to be part of the MSC cruise line. So MSC will have 3,000 people on their cruise ship versus Explora will have no more than 700. But all the rooms are considered suites. And so, yeah, you're paying a little bit more, but you are also on a boat that has half the people. And so when I even did a boat tour, I was walking around the halls. You don't see a million people walking through the halls. And then all of these are suites and they're offering butler services. And so it's a nice vacation away from a vacation. And yes, they are more expensive, but you want the finer things in life that comes with a number. So
yeah, but I'm happy that they're at least trying to make at least different, price levels where you could kind of like get you the experience that you want from it.
Especially because they're gearing they're trying to attract younger clients. Same thing with a lot of river cruises are offering a lesser price and they're doing it more a la carte. So if you don't want to do 100 million different excursions, you would pay the lower fees and then you can enjoy the same amenities that you would. I love all that.
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
A little bit.
Okay, because you're quiet. Cool. Let's go to facts and fiction number 3.
Okay, so fact or fiction?
I'm not going to look.
Luxury cruise ships have more artwork on board than most museums.
I'm going to say true.
You're absolutely correct.
I do know that, yes.
Yeah. Royal Caribbean's Oasis class ships and Norwegian Breakaway hold thousands of artworks valued at tens of millions. Viking Cruises famously displays curated works by artists of like Munch
and
Hockney. Some ships rival small city museums in scope and value.
I was on Explora, not to mention them again, but I was just on their boat not too long ago, and I did a sightseeing on their boat, and they had Hockneys, they had as well as tons. They had like 2 Picassos, and they also had a bunch of Warhols in their gallery. That is just stunning. And you're walking through the cruise ship and you're right there, so they do that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A big thing.
Yeah, I love that little added touch, because I also like museums and stuff and art, so I'm a nerd like that. All right, so we're gonna go to our second segment.
Let's go.
Our
travel tips
of the week. Travel tips of the week. So number 1, I love this one personally, and I've known this one for a bit. It's called the hot hotel Iron Chef hat. Okay.
I would not do this.
I would, and I think I have in a drunken stupor. But basically what it is that you get the hotel iron and you put it with foil and you make a makeshift grill.
Why don't you just order room service?
Again, if you're don't have the means or whatever, there's a good hack.
Okay.
Right, so you basically, it's good to grill, have grilled cheese, quesadillas, and even a bacon.
It says you can even top off the crisp by using a hair dryer.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that one, but kudos to you.
Oh, you're not, because you haven't had to live that.
No, hack number 2 is neck pillow with a hoodie. So I actually do this when to even save space inside a luggage. So it's like a double hack here. If you roll your clothes up and you stuff it inside the hoodie, you wear it backwards, it creates an instant neck pillow without carrying a bulk. Great for long haul flights, buses, and trains. So yeah, so you can always, instead of bringing that big pillow, which is a pain in the butt, and they drop on the floor and they're nasty by the time they get to your airplane. I'm just talking from experience with my children. Unless you do the one that blows up. You could take a hooded jacket and then just roll it up and then put all the extra fluff inside the hoodie. And that's also a good packing trip too.
Yeah.
Like if you're rolling, roll all your clothes.
Did you really say that?
Roll your clothes.
All right. I like this one because, men, you know what I'm talking about on this next tip. It's the binder clip razor guard.
So let me explain to you what a binder clip is. It is the clip that has the two plastic things.
The black ones.
Right. And you usually see them like in offices. So what happens, you flip the two metal parts back, you squeeze, and it opens up the thick black part of the clip. And then you can clip it onto big pieces of paper. And then you can just, that's what a the binder clip is. So they're using this for a razor.
Yeah, which I love because honestly, you know how many times, again, I'm
You've gotten cut?
I've gotten cut because I have a lot of stuff in my little toiletry bag, and then it's in there, the razor, and I get cut, or it does slice the bag, or worse, my little loofah gets stuck in with my razor, which is not.
You
not
travel
good.
with the loofah?
I travel with a loofah. I like my loofah and my body wash.
I don't travel with the loofah.
No, I travel with a loofah. So how do you clean your body?
I pack.
I mean, I should know this. You're my wife.
No, I know all kidding aside, I do know that he travels with a loofah. I don't travel with a loofah. I actually just get a bar of soap and I just throw it inside my suitcase. If we're going to one place, it's perfect. I just leave the soap there. I don't care. If we are going to multiple places, I will put, if I forget the plastic thing, I will just try to reuse it. I'm a soap kind of gal, and I do know recently I've been traveling a lot, and I've noticed all calibers of hotels and what have you are now coming with the dispensers. Like it just seems to be there. So I don't know.
Well, not all calibers.
Yes.
Nah.
When we were
not body wash.
Yes, Gainesville. We stopped in Gainesville. We were so quick. One night we were traveling up, and we stayed. It was like they had it there. It was pretty shocked.
I don't know. But yeah, I like body wash versus soap. It's less. But there is a hack for a soap though.
What is it?
You could get a soap, but you slice it in different pieces. So let's say it's a multiple day, like you said. You use one piece for one location, and then the piece like
there you go.
So you save it.
Look at you, Mr. Hacker.
Oh, that's why I'm here. I'm a hacker. All right.
Segment 3.
Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. This is the best of travel. And this week we decided to go nude. We decided to.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not because you're married to me. But yeah, so we picked what are the 10 best nude beaches in the United States.
I have actually been to one of the It's not nude. Not nude.
So have I.
I swear.
The Hollover
Beach.
Hollover Beach. Yeah. So that's number 1. So the most famous nude beach in the U.S. officially designated clothing optional since 1990.
I didn't know it was the most famous.
Yeah, it's 99 city acre park, offers 0.5 miles of nude beach area among its total beach frontage, attracts a diverse crowd, locals, tourists, naturalists, and high density on weekends and peak season.
What's
so
peak season?
Hollover Beach.
What's peak season? No pun intended.
Oh my God, we're like Beavis and Butthead. She said peak. All right. Yeah. So Hollover Beach. Well, I was there as well. Not nude, but
I've been there a couple times.
So I'm gonna tell you a story about.
Do I want to know?
Yes.
Maybe we should take this offline.
So basically, this was in high school, and a group of us, we got into this weird 1970s looking van. Like it has the shades, you know those vans that I'm talking about.
What van was it?
I don't know. It was a weird van, but it was like 5 of us guys. We went. Hey, let's go to Hollover Beach.
Ew, 5 guys want to go to Hollover Beach.
Whoa, whatever. We're like, okay, we're thinking we're gonna see some like hot girls, right?
Really not
at all. That's not what happened. So we went to Hollover Beach, and then we just went there. We're like, oh my God, it's a bunch of old dudes. A lot of them are probably gay. They were homosexual. which is fine. I'm cool with it. That's cool. So we stayed. Oh my God, this is okay. It's an experience. We thought we were gonna get something, but we didn't get
They
something.
thought they were going to see hot chicks, being that it's in Miami.
Exactly. That wasn't the case. But I will say this, okay? I was shocked. Okay, because two of our friends went naked and they went in the thing and,
wow, that's great.
and they laid out. Well, you know, one of them, Norbert.
Okay.
And then the other one was this guy named Carlos. But we were there, just sitting there, and it's like, I swear to God, I have never seen, like, it was big. It was hitting this man's kneecaps.
Let me ask you, were there a lot of people there? I don't want to talk about his big penis.
Well, it was a big penis.
Because it said this is like the number one place. Like
it was a lot of people. No.
When I had gone, there wasn't that many people.
No, there was a lot of people, and they were playing volleyball.
Oh.
So you could imagine.
Oh.
Just things were flying. It was
we
crazy.
went to, and this is not the United States, but I was in a nude beach in Ibiza.
Ibiza.
And we didn't know it was a nude beach. We just like kind of drove up. We sat down. The beach was stunningly rocks, beautiful, whatever. We just got super comfortable, and I see runners on the beach, and they were running naked, and I was like, "That's so weird." And then I started.
Doesn't that hurt? Like
I don't know. I don't have a penis, and so.
No, but I'm telling you, it hurts.
And I
Because if
started
you run,
looking
it
around,
swings.
and I was like, "Oh my God, we're like the only one that has clothes on." I was like, "Let's just move to the next beach." So that was my.
I'm glad you didn't get naked. Okay, so
yeah.
You see, we definitely sidetracked. So
Okay, Black Beach in La Jolla, San Diego, California, is the largest nude beach in the United States. And it has like secluded cliffs that are called the Torrey Pine Cliffs, giving both stunning views and challenging access. So how do you get down there naked? Like, do you get naked when you get there? Like, if it's challenging,
no, I think you get naked and then you do the challenge.
Like, yeah, and then like, okay, yeah.
It's like naked and afraid, right?
Surfers don't be surfing here because it is strong surfer breaks and it's very dangerous. And its terrain has lots of cliffs and landslides and difficult trails.
Jesus Christ, it looks like a
I know. Why do you want to go there?
Yeah, like to be naked?
Yeah, not fun.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit of a... All right, so Little Beach. I wonder why they got that name. It's home to the smallest penises in... No, I'm playing. It's in Maui, Hawaii. It's renowned for its laid-back atmosphere, music, sunset drum circles, very popular amongst nude sunbathers. Black sand.
How pretty.
Or mixed sand, tropical environment, less official status, clothing optional mostly by tradition rather than formal law. Can have law enforcement citations depending on law enforcement. So if they feel they want to like give you a citation because you're tatas, they could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do whatever they want, I guess.
So Baker's Beach.
Another California beach, but this one is in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And not to be mistaken, only the north section of Baker's Beach is a nudie beach.
Yeah.
Yep. And so you get to see the Golden Gate Bridge.
Which is pretty nice. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is more accessible than the other beaches. It is still remote, but weather, meaning fog and winds and cold water, can make a brisk sunbathing experience. So shrinkage is definitely going to be on the rise.
Yes.
And you get to see a lot of cultural, historic atmosphere and mixed visitors. There you go.
Yeah, love it. Gunnison Beach in Sandy Hook, New Jersey. It's the only legal clothing optional beach in New Jersey, part of the Gateway National Recreation Area. It's federal land. So it's basically a federal nude beach. Which allows it to maintain clothing option status in New York. Interesting.
And you get a good skyline view of New York City.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
And you have the New Jersey guys with the hair and all that, so that's pretty cool.
California, you're a little frisky because here's another one. San Gregorio, right? Did I say that? Gregorio Nude Beach. But this one is in San Mateo County, California, and it's roughly 2 miles of beach. Soft sand, tight pools, and a lagoon. And it's been clothing optional since 1966.
So you know the summer of love
just never stopped there.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing. Less well known than Oliver Beach or Black Beach, hence fewer crowds, gives more relaxed, nature-oriented vibes.
Look at that.
I mean, nature-oriented. I mean, everybody's nude. You think you're gonna think about? Oh my God, is that dogwood? Like, nobody cares.
Maybe.
No. All right. Collins Beach, Cerveve Island, and Cerveve Island, Oregon.
Mm.
It's a 1 mile long stretch on the Columbia Riverside. Part of it's officially clothing optional. Hours open early morning from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. So you could be nude all day.
But why these has a time limit? The other ones don't have a time
No,
limit.
because you could be nude
all day long.
whatever you want,
24/7.
24/7. And then, so this is great. You could be nude and surrounded by wildlife. It's a wildlife reserve, except portions with private ownership, scenic, somewhat remote, good for nature lovers.
Not just any nature lovers.
Yeah, nature lovers.
Whale Beach in Lake Tahoe, Nevada, known as the Black Sand Beach in some listings, access requires a 1.2 mile out and back trail from the road. So another hike just to get there.
Do you hike naked again? I think that's
I
the
think
question.
I wouldn't. I think I would just wait to get naked.
Right, because that's a hike.
Yeah, I don't wanna like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
get
really-
dirt in your butt. And all.
Yeah. If you fall, like it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not good. What about Rooster Cock State Park?
No, it's Rooster Rock.
Oh, Rooster Rock. Sorry, I misread that.
Also Oregon. Man, you West Coasters are.
Well, I mean, they're the West Coast.
And it's also clothing optional, part of the natural experience. Selections designated for or tolerated within the larger park. And beautiful cliffs, gorges, modern access. All these places are very hard to get to.
Yeah.
And then our last one has to be in Florida.
Yeah, it's Apollo Beach. It's Cape Canaveral, what?
It's near Nusamira Beach.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
So maybe we can see the rockets take off.
Yeah, the
over
rockets
there.
take off. A wild beach environment, dunes, natural vegetation, less developed,
And
but it's more secluded, limited amenities, and good when seeking solitude.
And it's Florida, so I'm sure it's very flat and easy to get to.
Yeah.
And when they say sand dunes, it's little dunes.
It's probably like little dunes. Little dunes. Yeah, so there's baby, if we want to get nude, we know where to go.
I'm ready.
No, you're not. Nobody's going to see your tatas.
No tatas for
No tatas. Those are my tatas and only my tatas.
Hey.
I know. Oh, male chauvinist pig. It's her tatas. That's not your tatas. Guys, don't ever do a podcast drinking wine. That's my recommendation. Okay, so just in time for our buzz, we have our hot topic.
Hot topic.
This is where we go head to head. All-inclusive resorts versus independent travel.
We've talked about this a couple times.
Yes, because our Dominican trip, or last Dominican trip, wasn't really technically all-inclusive, but it was all-inclusive because...
But it's a different all-inclusive. Okay, so here's the thing. All-inclusives are huge, in the Caribbean. So, meaning all you can eat, buffet, drinks, all of that. You pay one price and then it's like a one and done. And I get a lot of those. A lot of people do like all-inclusives. We live in Miami. And so the Caribbean is always like a very hot thing for like, oh, my friends are like going for the weekend to Mexico or to Dominican Republic. It is a quick weekend trip. But it's also great for those people that are on a budget. So I do have people who are like, hey, I want an all-inclusive. I want to go with my family. And it's just like a quick, easy, inexpensive trip. So I can understand that. In my 20s, we only did all-inclusives. Like me and my friend who traveled to Jamaica and all these different places, we would look for all-inclusives. But, the older I get, and this is my thing with the cruise ships too, because they're like, oh, you can drink. I just feel that when you're there, I feel like the drinks are like watered down. I don't really feel I just like the food is usually not up to par because it's like buffet style. So they're making all of it in big bunches and just trying to feed a lot of people. And so that's like my hit or miss with it is like the food and the drinking situation may not be the best of it, but I'm not opposed to it. I mean, sometimes they're fun. I mean, what is your view?
So there's pros and cons for each, right? So I think all inclusive, I think if you don't want to explore culture or or adventure or anything like that,
it's really just to do nothing.
Exactly. I think if you want pure relaxation and just laying out and not doing anything and to be catered to, I think all inclusives are amazing. But again, I'm not typically that traveler. I like to go and see the culture and do adventures. And then if you do independent travel I think it's great because you actually get to see the culture, you get to understand the people, the place, you get out of your comfort zone, you get to taste different foods. Like for me, I feel it's you get a little bit more, and you're helping the local economy. It's because if you do all inclusives, most likely you're just in one spot,
Right. So
and you're not really kind of
like
contributing.
venturing out.
You're not venturing out.
So that happens like in these bigger cities. I get a lot of Cancun is like a really big one. Punta Cana is like another one. Ocho Rios, Montego Bay, those places. It's like a quick one and done. It's a quick weekend getaway, and you're just kind of going there. It's a great place to go on a budget, a place where you don't want to think and everything's just kind of done for you. I feel like those are great pros, especially if you have a big family. They could be wonderful. Now we love history and we love to travel. We like culture. So I think we outgrew it. It's been 20 years and I like to visit cultures and different countries and check things out and see what's going on and what have you. So it just really depends on the traveler and I think budget.
Aside from budget though, because I think you could probably do the same thing if you do your research right or get the right travel advisor. If you could do an independent travel and be somewhat budget conscious, right? But I mean, look, honestly, and I don't want to stereotype, but a lot of all of these all-inclusives, there's just, I just feel like they're like everybody's put in one spot and then you're with other people in that all-inclusive.
It's like a large cruise ship.
Yeah, it's like a large cruise ship, which honestly, I don't like that vibe. I like to be with my people and just go and be an adventure. Okay. So I'm not, I do have social anxiety.
But also you become a travel snob. So listen.
Travels.
If you, in your 20s, if you wanted to do an all-inclusive, like that's where.
Well, I did it with my high school trip where I went to Cancun and I did all-inclusive.
You did all of that.
I went to Dominican Republic. All inclusive. Like that was when Ralph and I, my best friend that's Dominican, before we used to do these villas, we went to Punta Cana and did all these all inclusives because we didn't have the budget to.
Right, that's what I say. So I think it's budget, and also too, like maybe we're a large family that doesn't have the budget, and maybe it's just easier. And I will tell you, it is really difficult traveling with a bunch of people. And it is kind of nice that if the food and the drinks are there and everybody could just kind of go and eat and do whatever they want when they want, I think that's fabulous. So I don't know. I mean, I think there's pros and cons. I'm not a fan of it. I don't care for it. I used to love it, but that was 20 years ago. And I've just, my style of traveling has just changed. I don't think, and then there are ways like you made a point that you could do all-inclusive, without having to do all-inclusive. So one of the things that we did was we did do a villa with our friends, and included of that was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we knew that we were going to have our 3 meals. We had our snacks. It was really nice. So yeah, there's ways to go about it. A lot of people don't know those things. They don't really know,
Yeah. And I think what we're trying to plan, also with our group of friends, same people from Dominican Republic, is we're trying to do things like, Italy, or should we do a villa in Italy and have the same thing that we had in Dominican Republic, but in Italy, right? Where we could have our meals kind of done for us, and we have cooks and we have all that stuff and then we could go to different,
cities and stuff like that,
and things like that. So, there's ways of doing it where you don't have to be stuck in a place with, a bunch of strangers that you might not click with, or you don't, you might not have that same vibe with, and it's just it's almost like cookie cutter, right? I think if I do all inclusive, it's going to be that custom all inclusives where I pick the people I want to be with and I pick the experiences I want to see, but everything's included in that one price where I don't have to worry. That type of all inclusive, I think I'm down for. But the whole cookie cutter thing with a multitude of people, I'm not about that. So am I a snob? Is that?
No, I just think our way of traveling has changed.
Hey guys,
I don't think it's a bad thing. It's not being a snob.
No, it's not. But you call me a snob though.
I was kidding, but I'm probably a bigger snob than he is, and it's not because of anything. When I travel, really like to be where I'm at. Even when we were in the Dominican Republic, I was waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I love being the first one on the beach by myself, walking the beach, seeing the locals. I love that. Whenever we travel, even when I'm in our home abroad, I mean, I love just going and getting coffee by myself and
Yeah.
just people watching. I mean, that's just something that I happen to enjoy. A lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people want to disconnect and just be. I've had customers tell me, or clients, I should say, that like, I just want a beach. I don't want to think. I don't just put me there. And I've done those weekend getaways in Dominican Republic and on and Mexico and all. I just don't want to think. I get it. Some people are just super stressed, and that's my job to think for them. So easy
Yeah.
peasy, lemon squeezy.
Hey, look, that's like chao bacalao. All right, so thank you, everyone. If you agree or disagree, please let us know. Let us know if there's a topic that you want us to kind of debate or talk about. We'll be more than happy to do so. Please subscribe, watch, like, and share. I'm Franco, and
I'm Shannon.
and we're your Dorian Destination Travel Advisors. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
You ended so somber.
Ciao, bacalao.